Yesterday I thought that I would do a book review on Vicious by VE Schwab. This is the first book by this author I have ever read, although I do own A Dark Shade of Magic and The Savage Song. I read this book in one day because I thought that this book was absolutely amazing. It was fantastic. It was so fast-paced. I couldn't put it down, and when I had to put it down, I just couldn't wait to get back to it, and I wanted to know what happened, so I read it in one day. Basically, this is a book about two main characters called Victor and Eli, who are college roommates. Now, in college, Eli decides for his thesis he is going to study EOs, or extraordinaries, and along with Victor, they come up with this theory that EOs get their powers when they have a near-death experience, and that gets them both to experiment with death and having a near-death experience, and things change completely for them. We then jump to the present day, 10 years later, and they are now arch enemies who are trying to kill each other. Victor has been in prison for a number of years and he's basically escaped. And he is now trying to kill Eli. He's trying to find Eli to kill him. So, with the story, you want to know what it is that's happened to these characters who are best friends and roommates to change them so they absolutely hate each other to the point where they want to kill each other. The book jumps between chapters from 10 years ago when they were roommates in college to present day and what's going on now, to like a week ago, to a couple of years ago, to days ago. And as the story progresses, we find out what these characters have gone through. What I loved about this book is it started you off thinking one thing, and by the end of the book you completely changed your mind. I loved Victor. It's a story about good and evil and basically how them lines cross, and how something that you can think started off evil can actually be good, and sometimes something that starts off good can actually be evil. I've started marking pages in this book of quotes that I absolutely loved, which I don't usually do, but one quote that I loved in this was plenty of humans were monstrous and plenty of monsters knew how to play at being human. And that just sums this book up so much. I loved the character development. I loved the way the book would go. Each chapter would go back and it would tell you whether it was 10 years ago or whether it was present day, and you knew exactly where you were. Chapters were really short, so I just flew through this book. Like I said, it was my first VE Schwab book that I've ever read. I know this book has really good reviews on Goodreads and on BookTube, and I just thought that it was one of the best books that I have ever read, and it is a book that I know is going to stick with me. And I don't usually feel this way about books, but I can't wait to read this book again because it was that good. This book, expect to see it on my top 10 books. I reckon it's going to be definitely my top 5 books of 2017. But if you haven't read this book, guys, go and read it, pick it up, because it was absolutely amazing and I just adored it, and I can't wait to read more of their books. So that was my book review on Vicious, guys. I hope you're all doing well. I shall love you and leave you, and I shall see you all soon. Bye. Yesterday I thought that I would do a book review on Vicious by VE Schwab. I read this book yesterday. I read it in a day because I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I could not put this book down, and when I had to go and do other things, it was like I had to get back to this book. I had to finish it because it was so good. This is an VE Schwab's adult novel, I believe. I do have some of her other novels. I have A Dark Shade of Magic and I have The Savage Song, but this is the first book that I have ever read of hers. It basically follows two characters called Tom and Eli who start off as college roommates, and we see their story from 10 years ago and the present day. So each chapter will go over 10 years back, it will tell you this is the present day, it'll be like 4 years ago, 2 days ago. Now Tom and Eli are best friends, and for Tom, who's Tom? Who the fuck is Tom? Couldn't know. Guys, today I thought I would do a book review on Vicious by... Guys, today I wanted to do a book review on a book that I finished yesterday, and that is Vicious by VE Schwab. This one.